Welcome back, students. This is the part 2 of today's session. The topic is Cloud as a Service, Gamut of Cloud Solutions and Principal Technologies. So cloud as a service, we are going to see about that. The cloud is very famous for this. You all have studied the definition of cloud computing and how it enables the self-service provisioning of IT resources, and it has a metering style accounting system. You pay for what you use, and they have an automation of IT management, which is the standard process in the environment. The cloud computing is actually a user experience and a business model. It's actually an emerging style of computing in India mainly, in which applications, data, IT resources are provided as services to users over the network. It is also an infrastructure management methodology. It's actually a way of managing a large number of highly virtualized resources, such as from a management perspective, they resemble a single large resource which can then be used to deliver services. So the common attributes of a cloud infrastructure are: the first one is flexible pricing. Whatever the utility you're using, they need to pay for that. You have variable payments, pay by consumption, etc. Second one is elastic scaling. You can scale up and scale down by the demand as the demand changes. The third one is rapid provisioning, which means IT and network capacity and capabilities are automatically rapidly provisioned using standards. And the fourth one is standardized offerings, so meaning that it is uniform offering for everyone based on metering capacity. Okay. So now here, from the different cloud types, the common terminology that comes up is as a service. So here the keyword is as a service, with infrastructure as a service being the most basic type of service. So it includes, infrastructure includes the compute power, the storage, file systems as a service. And at the next level, you have the platform as a service, where the platform or the middleware is provided to you. And at the next level, you have the software as a service, where you have a particular package like a customer relationship management or e-commerce that is delivered as a service. And at the highest level, you have the business process as a service. So if you see all this, cloud computing introduces the concept of IT as a service. So to support this, the cloud must deliver abstraction, where the user is mainly focusing on the execution of his operations alone, virtualization, on-demand services independent of location and resource constraints, dynamic allocation, dynamically provisioning, configuring, reconfiguring, deprovisioning also IT capability as and when required, transparently and seamlessly. And the fourth one is data management, very fast, secure, reliable data access and mobility. So to support this service, that is IT as a service, the cloud infrastructure must deliver with all these characteristics. The next topic is gamut of cloud solutions. Now there is a spectrum of offering types. Basically, there are 5 commonly used categories. The first one is PaaS, Platform as a Service. In this type of service, you have the provisioning of hardware, operating system, frameworks, database for the developers where they can write custom applications. Second one is SaaS, Software as a Service. This is the provisioning of special purpose software made available through internet. Third type is IaaS, infrastructure as a service. This is the provisioning of hardware or virtual computers where the organization has control over the OS, thereby allowing the execution of other arbitrary software. Fourth one is SaaS again, but this time it is storage as a service. This is the provisioning of database like services built on a utility computing basis. For example, maybe build per gigabyte per month. And the fifth type is DaaS, desktop as a service. This is the provisioning of the desktop environment either within a browser or a terminal server. So these three are the 5 commonly used categories. In this diagram, you can see the various types of services: software as a service on the left hand side, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. Under the software as a service, you have the various applications as in the software as a service, and then in PaaS you have the various environment, the platforms, operating systems, etc. And then in the infrastructure as a service, you have the various servers, storage, networks, and the virtualization concept. Now let us look into deep about these various services. So platform as a service, mainly it provides the foundation or the platform. It could be any type of operating system, and it improves the productivity. You get the platform that we require, so automatically improves the productivity. And to use a new type of platform or a different platform, you need not purchase all this. Everything is available, licensed ones are available in the cloud. You just have to subscribe to it, so it reduces the licensing cost, the infrastructure cost, and then it removes the challenges of integration. You need not think about the compatibility of your system infrastructure with the new type of platform that you are going to use. Everything integration all works seamlessly and transparently. So next one is software as a service. So you have the various softwares, utility softwares, the middleware softwares, whatever you want for your operations. First thing, it saves the cost and it reduces the time to build and to deploy the various new softwares that you're going to develop and test. And sometimes, very few times, it can introduce some compatibility problem. The next one is infrastructure as a service, IaaS. Cloud itself is a cost saving solution only. So here also it saves the cost and you can scale up your resources dynamically. You need additional storage, you get it automatically. Suppose it's a festival season and you're going to have a lot of videos and pictures. This is a very simple example that I'm giving. So you can automatically subscribe to a storage and you can store in it. So, and also it reduces the time for provisioning new infrastructure also, because at a very less time or automatically it gets provisioned to you, and the infrastructure is leased on a pay as you go basis. So in the next you have the cloud taxonomy diagram. Here you can see the different kinds of services. Initially you have the traditional data center. The whole enterprise manages everything by itself in the traditional data center. The enterprise manages the application, their particular data, running it, operating system, virtualization. So the particular company has a lot of things to take care of. And the second diagram, you have the IaaS, infrastructure as a service. The cloud vendor provides the infrastructure to the enterprise. So that cloud vendor takes care of the network, storage, server, and virtualization. So these 4 are taken care by the cloud vendor, and the remaining the enterprise will concentrate. In the next, you have the platform as a service. The cloud vendor so takes care of first one the infrastructure and then the whole um, process associated with the platform. So the enterprise concentrates only on the application that they develop and that they execute and how they test. So they can quickly create more and more new types of applications and they deploy. And in the last type, software as a service, the whole thing is managed by the cloud vendor. All the requirements are provided by the cloud. And this is the last topic for today. The principal technologies behind the cloud computing. The main, first and foremost, is it's a dynamic cloud infrastructure. You have the important word here, dynamic, because of the virtualization layer that sits between the cloud instances and the physical hardware it runs on. So this virtualization software, it allows multiple operating system instances to run as guests on the same server. So this layer, that is the virtualization layer, it's a layer of software that interacts with multiple servers and it enables the IT departments to pool the resources together across various servers, and it defines the standardized tiers of services called virtual compute centers. So all these three are taken care by the virtualization layer. So because of this, you can have a lot of increase in the number of resources in the pool and also sharing of resources, self-provisioning and increased automation that will greatly save your cost in the IT infrastructure, and you can market your applications at a very faster time. Virtualization, it's basically that is the foundation of cloud, and it has a provision engine so that it can quickly offer a portal for you. And you also have the chargeback and the metering, or whatever you utilize, you pay for that. So in this second part of the session, we have learned the as a service concept of the cloud, and we have seen the common attributes of the cloud infrastructure, and we have seen the five types of common categories offerings of the cloud: platform as a service, software as a service, infrastructure, storage, and desktop as a service. And at last, we have seen the principal technologies. So this is the material that has been referred for this lecture. Hope you have understood this part 1 and part 2 of this today's lecture. If you have any doubts, write it in the comment section in the classroom. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.